Hey guys, it's Chelsea. Thanks again for joining in on this journey. It was a light week. It was a good week still, lots of fun. I kind of feel like a weight has lifted off of me a little bit now that I know what I'm doing. I know I'm preparing for a tour, and it was, like I said, it was a good week. It's a little bit lighter, but still effective with training. Monday, just getting skills on the laser beam, skills up on the high beam, and also trying, like I said, working on my scale again, and working on my scale again, things like that add a little bit more artistry, things that you don't have time for. Wednesday was another solid day in the gym. Same thing, laser beam, high beam, working. Trying to remember which day. Doing the scale to the illusion, working on the flange, again on beam, things like that are fun to do. Skills felt pretty good, and then bars was good.
go.
Yeah, today, I guess I said the whole week was light. Today actually was the lightest day. I was just a little bit tired. It's been a long week, just with lots of other stuff going on. But was able to still get my skills done on the laser beam, some on the high beam, working at back handspring the pike Arabian, and then I started doing Wednesday and today adding just some front pikes in on the laser beam just to feel like that position and that landing. So I'm going to keep doing those, and they're just kind of fun. Oh yeah, I tried like an aerial back tuck off the end of the beam. That was kind of fun just to see how it would be like an easier type of dismount. Today's was funny. I was going to put my foot down, and it was just so off and crooked that I just kind of ended up, did a swing through. That worked. And then did some basic stuff bars. So this week was home. I've got one more full week at home, and then I leave. It's crazy. I'm going to do a separate little section with a few question and answers that I've had a lot of people asking me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for following along on this journey with me, and I will see you next week. Hey guys. So I did a Q&A on Instagram, and then also wanted to kind of carry over some of it here because there was a lot of questions and a lot of the same questions, and I know you guys have some of those too. But I will start with one of the most popular is, I know you're doing tour, but are you doing the whole thing, or which stops are you doing? So yes, I plan to do the entire Gold Over America tour. I'm very excited about it, and also it's going to be a lot to be gone, because that was another very popular question. Are your kids coming? What are you going to do with that? So that was the biggest part of the decision-making process, is my family, obviously, and my kids. But we talked through it a lot. I have everything scheduled and color coordinated, and who's going to be where and when, and I'm going to try to get home when I can see them, but it will be tough just with the schedule of the tour. That is the beauty of our phones and FaceTime, so I will get to see them more than back in the day. So that is going to be challenging, but yeah, it'll be challenging. But it's going to be for a short time, and it'll be over before we know it. But obviously I would love to bring them, but it would not be, it's not very kid-friendly traveling and bus and late nights and all of that. So, favorite food? That's always a fun one. My favorite food is pizza. Another popular question is your dad coming with you on tour? No, he is not, but that would have been fun. Had he been one of the tour coach. But no, he is not, unfortunately, coming on tour either. This was another popular question I get, actually. How do you wash your Leos with lots of rhinestones? There is definitely a method to it. I only wash like my Leos with other Leos or with like other athletic clothes. Wash it on cold. I do not use a lot of detergent, and when I wash those Leos, it's always like with a free and clear. Wash it on. Did I say cold? Wash it cold. Wash the Leos inside out. I turn, no matter if they have a lot of sparkles or a little, I always turn them inside out and never, ever, ever put them in the dryer. Always hang dry them. And that will help them, keep the sparkles on and keep their color much longer, because a lot of the sparkly Leos also tend to fade. So yes, there is a method to washing the Leos. Future gymnastics plans, that was another one. If I plan to compete again and all of this and is like tour, how will that prepare me? Will it help me prepare for competition? Actually being on each night and trying to perform, yes, that kind of helps with that part of it, but it's such a different kind of setting. I don't want to be done. I want to continue doing gymnastics, and I'm honestly, I still just going to see where this journey takes me. I think I've said it before. I would love to get the piped Arabian on the beam. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going while I'm still having fun. What challenges does adult gymnastics bring, and how to overcome them? Well, for me, starting out again, it was just the physicality of it. It was getting back into shape. I took my time with that. I took pretty much an entire year of working out and conditioning. And I didn't know I was getting ready to do gymnastics. I was just doing it because I wanted to feel good and feel strong, and it just led into doing gymnastics. The other thing is taking the time to warm up and to listen to your body. I think that's one of the things that some people might forget or get really frustrated with when they get a little bit older or try to go back to a sport, is you can't just get out there and go. Like, you have to take the time to warm up. And it takes longer to warm up, and there needs to be a recovery routine. So that is one of the hurdles. You might have heard the door shut. Kids came out here. Hi. But the other hurdle is finding a place to do it. There's not a ton of places, that are offering it. Insurance is one of the other hurdles. Hi. Hoping to, help change that so more and more places keep and continue to offer. How has your decision to focus on the tour change or versus world change your training? I've tried to keep, I haven't tried. The conditioning and those workout intensities have stayed the same. I have lightened up a little bit just on bars, and not in any hurry to vault, because there won't be a vault on tour. And also just have done a little bit of light tumbling on the rod floor. So it's just helped me, like I said, not try to rush back into those things, since I know that's not going to be a focus on the tour. I've kept beam very similar. I've kept the numbers that I do on the laser beam, same as the high beam. I've kept beam the same with what I've been doing. But again, just not then focusing on getting into routines. I'm doing skills and skill sets on the laser beam and just skills on the high beam. So little bits change like that, but like I said, the intensity of all of the conditioning and those types of workouts has stayed the same. Will you be able to train on tour, or will gymnastics be primarily during the shows? Generally, it's pretty much during the shows. I've thought a lot about it because I've been on multiple tours, and it's an intense schedule, but I would like to still, keep up with some of the skills, even if they're not in the show. So maybe keeping up with my, at least 2 to 3 times a week of doing the skills that, like I said, I'm not doing in the show. I'm very excited. I asked Tumble Track, and they're going to give us a laser beam so we can have that, obviously not using it in the show, but to have that as a training tool while we're traveling. For me, I'm very excited about. Do you feel like you had a normal high school life with being like both a teenager and elite athlete? Yes and no. I feel like very fortunate that we found a pretty good balance. I only homeschooled for a year and a half of my freshman year, all of my sophomore year, and then I went back to regular public high school for my junior and senior year. Made it a point to make sure I got to a few football games, got to the dances, to not miss out on those things. But on the other hand, I was training and I was competing, I was representing my country. So I feel like it was a good balance, but I think about all the things that I got to do, all the countries I got to travel to, and just what I was able to accomplish. And that part of it was pretty special. I always look back and say, look what I got to do, instead of look what I missed out on. And I'm happy with how it balanced out. This is another popular question that I get. Do you lift weights as part of your training? Not really. The heaviest weight that I usually lift is about 40 pounds, which is 20 in each, like with a kettlebell. And that's not very often, maybe 2 times a week. And I usually just do like squats, like the Russian deadlifts, things like that, just to add a little bit to my legs. Maybe with the with the lighter weight, just do like pulses and a little bit of jumping off. And I added that in after I reached out to Dave Tilley, because he continues to post about the benefits of training with weights. And I said, I don't want to do anything too heavy. He said, no, that's fine. So I don't go to an actual like gym to weight lift or use like the bar. Just dumbbells, kettlebells. Like, how much stretching do you do before practicing on apparatuses? So my like warm-up routine, like I said, it's a little bit longer because I'm older, is I get in and I roll out on the foam roller at least about 5 minutes. And then I do my jog, and then I do a modified version of the national team warm-up, which includes a bunch of stretching. And then I do hamstring, ankle, and shoulder exercises, all just little things with the bands, followed by gymnastics-specific conditioning, so leg lifts, rope climb, cast handstand, those things, presses, handstand hold. And then I do my splits again. Sometimes on the foam roller, over splits, roll out a little bit, but I do all my splits again before I start that event. So it's a fair amount of stretching and making sure my body is warm enough to go. How do you balance gym time with kids and family time? Actually, I feel very fortunate to be able to have a really good balance. I also have a lot of help with my mom and my sisters. I get up before the kids do to get things ready for the day. But then I'm the one who, now we're starting school, takes them to school, or if Audrey doesn't have school that day, I bring her to my mom's while I go work out, and that's generally 3.5, no more than 4 hours. Come back home, grab Audrey, we hang out before I pick up Dash, or in the summer when Dashiell wasn't in school, I had them both. So I feel like I was able to have a good balance of being able to spend a lot of time with my kids. And, in the days that I coached, it was a little bit longer, but less than a full-time job. Favorite summer activity? I just love being outside. I love to walk, and I'm lucky that the property that we're on, we have a lot of land, and we've mowed like a nice big circle around the property so I can get up and walk. I get up and walk almost every morning or do it in the evening. Sometimes my husband and I go for a walk at night after we put the kids to bed, but it's really nice. I like being outside. Do you do running for cross training? So I don't like running at all. At all. I don't like running. So I try to get into running. It used to be like once a year I would try it. Now it's spread out to every couple of years. I've done it a few times. I don't mind it as much out here, like on our little track. But I don't like doing it on concrete. That hurts. It still hurts here, but it's not as hard when we're on the grass. So no, I don't use it as cross training because I don't enjoy it and it hurts my body. It's funny, it hurts. I hurt more during running than I do in the gym doing those big skills, which is silly. But I just found other ways, cardio with circuits and things like that. But the fastest mile, I don't know what I did as a kid because I never ran that much, but my fastest mile was like 10 and a half minutes. So that tells you how much I enjoy running. Usually I'm in the 12-minute range, but my fastest was 10 and a half. That's how much I like running. Yes, I still plan on judging. I still enjoy judging. I do plan on judging. What men's event would you want to compete if you could? High bar. Hands down, high bar. It is my favorite event to watch. The Kovacs is still my dream skill to learn one day. But yeah, if I had to choose a men's event, it would be high bar for sure. What would you say to someone who has just started gymnastics late and is still hoping to compete? I say keep going, keep plugging away, have fun with it, listen to your body, and take your time with it. I don't think it's too late to start competing. Good luck with it. Books. That's another question about reading and books. I love to read. I read, if I'm on like a really strong kick, I can read a book every 2 to 3 days or space it out to at least one a week. But yeah, I read very quickly. I read a lot. I love it. I love the Amazon Kindle app because I just go in and interchange them, switch them out. But yeah, reading is like, that little bit of escape into a world that is not your own. But yes, reading, I love reading. And I know, I'm sure there are more, but that's all I'm going to get to today. But thank you guys so much. I hope I answered some of your questions that you have, and we will do one of these again soon.